a bit of entertainment.
Would you like to? Oh, is that right? Well, what's we can do? We'll speak to our camera and see what we can solve. But appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for coming down. And I think feel around Friday night.
Don't forget to have a drink.
Back to you guys at Silverstone Radio. Neil, what have you got for us?
I've got brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Kai. We've got music, of course. We're also doing our own giveaway as well. So we're giving away very, very shortly the one that you all want, right? It's those paddles. It's the paddock tour this afternoon. I think it's about just after 3 o'clock. So we're going to make sure that one of you gets to win that tour. I think it's just quite tricky. I think it's quite a tricky competition. Who is saying it? Actually singing it. What are they singing? Straight.
When you look in the mirror, you see this rough and tumble old school cowboy. Formula One is a team sport. It always was. Listen, let's get this straight. We all lose our jobs if you can't put up a miracle. The only question here is, why does Bernier come back to F1?
I think it's really wonderful that Apex are giving second chances to the elderly.
It's alright, you're just really quicker than you are.
Who made a mistake? Look at an honest face and great volcano bend me to an all-timer.
You say he was walking like that. That's a handsome man right there.
Yeah, that's it. I think so. It was that one. It's my guys.
change their helmets, but I can't tell who they are.
Just thinking back to last year.
Mercedes and Ferrari have been battling over second in the championship all the time, and in fact it's just changed last weekend with Ferrari winning Mercedes will again come up with a if nearly all of them who have yet to set a time, they would almost certainly be allowed to start.
Yeah. And Gabriele Mini is another one that really...
So that is session done. This season or last season either. So he really does need a competitive showing.
Absolutely. the first.
The wrong call when the teams that managed to get second place that year.
And Lewis Hamilton has gone fastest so far. I know it's early days, I know it's only free practice, but the interesting bit is he's done a 1:27.280. He's not that far away. So Lewis Hamilton then 1:27.280. Charles Leclerc second 1:27.495. It is the pair of Haas chassis that are on the hard. Nobody is getting onto the soft. Again, of course, first tyres. Switch from Racing Bull to Red Bull, courtesy of Piastri. 14th then at the minute, comes up to the beam, and he's at the quickest of all. That's Piastri, 1:27.
Mediums and the hard at the moment, so a couple of hard, the two Haas's, otherwise everybody on mediums, and whereas those times out through the Chapel curve onto the English.
Come on, Lewis!
So not quite the absolute best. Couple of attempts down, in fact, on Charles Leclerc. But let's see how it is all pieced together. Because if you lose a little bit of time in one sector but can consolidate it in another, you're going to look good. So Lewis Hamilton is at the end of Vale. Then the Ferrari will go left and then right into Club Corner up towards the timing line. And as he crosses the beam.
There are parties on this crowd.
Displays on the the car now comes through Stoke Corner, and as he heads down Vale, two personal bests. So he's going to be a big improver from 5th. And what about Kimi Antonelli from 7th? Well, we'll get George Russell over the timing line. He's fastest. George Russell goes quickest on 1:27. Flips left, goes right with this long club corner right hander. He's sideways coming through
wobbly.
up towards the line of Kimi Antonelli.
That kicks now on, that's really good actually. The three cars ahead on the soft, and he should be around about 4 tenths, 5 tenths slower on that medium, so still stands as a good lap back from Hamilton.
Right, we got two absolute passes. So he's free to beat. Charles Leclerc is on the soft tyre, so it's a comparable lap to Kimi Antonelli. 1:26.383 the time to beat Leclerc through Club Corner. Very good line. And then we'll see what Lewis Hamilton can do, because he's done a personal best in the first sector. And Oscar Piastri, absolute best in sector 1. Piastri getting down towards Club Corner right now. Time in sector 2, he's backed off. He in fact was just overtaken there by Piastri. So the McLaren comes down to the end of Vale. Absolute best sector 1, personal best sector 2. At 26.2 is where he needs to be. Oscar Piastri comes up to the timing line, goes second fastest. It's a 1:22.2. Is the margin right now. And again, it's encouraging this Ferrari pace, isn't it? Having had a tough season thus far.
Something wrong with the front left. There's really something wrong.
You mean
We need to solve that back. We need to solve that back.
It's not
Absolute best speed through the first speed personal best in both sectors 1 and 2. If you want to compute 321 km/h into miles an hour, eye-watering is the number. And over the line goes Verstappen, and he goes up to fifth fastest. Fifth quickest, so it's an improvement, but not as high up as you would like to be. Yeah, I said eye-watering. Yeah. You know, that's still half a second or so, isn't it, away from where he wants to.
Already give a one-stop, do one-stop. And a very short stint at the end on the soft, so given it was such a long run, I wonder if that weighed up that option for the race on Sunday.
To buy back the lost time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's got to be quick through this sector, this middle sector where you've got Cox and you've got Beckett. But he was a tenth and a half slower through the middle sector, just quicker to start at the end of the line.
Two absolute best so far. So we're looking for a low 26 or maybe a high 125 from Lando Norris, who comes out of Cup corner ready to go fastest. Three tenths faster, 0.386 is nearly 4 tenths in real time. Okay, this first sector wasn't that good. It's going to be a demon final sector from Charles. Last time, the last strong was a good one, 6th fastest with 3 personal bests. Back from that was his nearest teammate. So it was a good lap by Charles. Not the absolute best, it was down to sector 1, absolute best sector 2, personal best sector 3, second fastest in the classification. Sonoda, by the way, is up to both cars exploded from the Grand Prix itself, and Lewis really seems to be looking impulsive with the car, impulsive with the team, friends. As well.
with that extraordinary sports car racing as well as
weekend goes by with something, and Victor Canada, Racing Link, Kramer, Dams, Lucas Oil, ART Grand Prix, Rodin Motorsport, X Racing, Triumph, and Professional Sports Racing are the teams involved. So, let's restart at that onto a proper flying back. Water Wish nibbles away at the time, 27. Again, usual things here, factory. MC, track, limits, don't get Brian anymore.
Only one pole sitter for a French picture race, which was up in Spain, in Barcelona, getting the first
John, this is a lot better.
Stepping out of speed building through that fast kicks in, turn in the car, sticks to the ground, flicks through the ground. Now, looking decent within the first sector.
just making his way now the blue car into the left and the right. And that was very stable indeed, so completely under control, but he's in quick as the one. He's going to be quick as well, though. The American heading onto that straight.
Indeed so. In the first sector. So it's not far away from the end of the first 10 minutes. With Absolute Best comes up towards the timing line and third pass is the and behind him, Jack Crawford is about to go even better for third fastest. So 300 or 31,000 if you prefer. The margin between Luke Browning, we know is good, but he is time, and he's about to offer it up now, coming out of Class 6 for Luke Browning. So he's in the mix, but he's next to the tyres, maybe.
the drivers who have yet to set the time.
Yeah, including negative, I think had a moment of having through far as we came into view. There was a lot of dust being kicked up in the
He's only 12th in the times. Now, Alex Dunn did take pole position at Monaco, so if you're going to go past Silverstone as well. Remember, he made his Formula 1 debut in Lando Norris's car in the Red Bull Ring Friday first practice. He's done an absolute best in the middle sector, so this is looking really good for the Irish driver. Absolute best middle, and goes third fastest. So that's a big improvement, and he brings him very definitely into the mix behind Richard Verschoor and Victor Martins.
Yeah, less than a tenth away from Victor Martin's fastest time.